After nearly a quarter century, Coral Springs police have solved a cold case murder. This week, police announced that retested DNA evidence identified Oba Chandler as the killer in the November 1990 slaying of 20-year-old Ivelisse Berrios Baguirsi. However, Chandler is no longer alive. He was executed in 2011 for 3 unrelated Florida murders from 1989. It was just after midnight on November 27th of 1990 when 2 men returning from a fishing trip discovered Baguirsi's lifeless body on a Coral Springs street.
If you're driving in South Florida and your car shakes a bit, you may be encountering the howler, but don't mistake it for a tornado warning siren. The howler is a special device that warns motorists of oncoming emergency vehicles. The Broward Sheriff's Department of Fire Rescue decided to incorporate the low-frequency device after observing that it's getting tougher and tougher for rescue vehicles to get through traffic. The device adds a low hum to traditional sirens. Without it, many drivers don't hear the sound of approaching rescue trucks. The city of Hollywood, Florida has something similar called the Rumbler. If you like to hang around campus after hours, go to Florida Atlantic University. In order to create a traditional experience for students in Boca Raton, the school is trying to persuade more students to live on campus. The university built 3 freshman dorms and 2 upscale apartment towers over the last 10 years. Amenities include restaurants, computer labs, and fitness centers. But the impact of providing these things has fallen short of expectations. The occupancy rate recently dropped to 83%.
American Hispanics generally live longer than non-Hispanic whites, but Hispanics have higher incidences of potentially life-threatening conditions like weight gain, hypertension, and diabetes. That paradox is highlighted in a study released this week by the National Institutes of Health. The wide-reaching Hispanic community health study of Latinos included more than 4,000 participants from Miami-Dade County. They're among over 16,000 men and women who took part in the study. University of Miami professor Neil Schneiderman led the Miami field investigation to better understand this paradox and improve participants' lifespans.
In Detroit this week, Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan invoked 2 high-profile Florida court cases while speaking to about 18,000 people. In doing so, the controversial figure said the Black community should unite along religious lines and create its own court system. While calling the U.S. judicial system a failure, Farrakhan alluded to the recent Florida trials in which Michael Dunn and George Zimmerman shot and killed Black teenagers Jordan Davis and Trayvon Martin. However, other observers contend that the 2 white men were given fair trials in front of a jury of their peers, despite vastly different outcomes. And many believe both men acted in self-defense. While Zimmerman is a free man after his world-famous case, Dunn got 60 years in prison for 3 counts of attempted second-degree murder. In latter 2012, outside a Jacksonville convenience store, Dunn fired his pistol and fatally wounded 17-year-old Georgia native Jordan Davis. Broward County has been a 6 Pillars community since 2012. That fall, the county charted a growth strategy for the next 20 years. With the county's population of 1.8 million expected to grow, Broward leaders say that almost half of the project's goals already have been achieved. Today, over 300 community members are involved in the project. It's part of a statewide effort to focus on the 6 pillars that create a sustainable economy. The pillars include talent supply and education, innovation and leadership, infrastructure, business climate, governance, and quality of life. Mayor Barbara Sharif says job creation is the most important goal. She noted that Broward's 5% unemployment rate is the lowest in South Florida. It's also among the lowest in the state. She added that making loans and resources available to small businesses is critical.
It's time once again for the popular Strings in the Spring event. The 4th annual Strings in the Spring concert will be held Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. The event, formerly called Bluegrass on the Grass, will take place at the Palm Beach Recreation Center. The featured string bands are the La Hinch Mob and the Roaring Kelly Band. All proceeds benefit the Palm Beach Public Strings program. Tickets are $10 and children under 12 will be admitted for free. Food and beverages will be available and a bake sale will also be held. Many of today's schools focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but South Florida academies are teaching charity. Two Palm Beach County private schools teaching philanthropy are Oxford Academy of the Palm Beaches and the Benjamin School. Main Street Philanthropy is a 10-week course that explores the world of charitable giving. It also provides students with hands-on opportunities to get up close and personal with the subject. The students also are encouraged to identify charities whose missions align with their own charitable interests.